Have you ever wanted something so badly, but no matter how hard you prayed or tried, it just didn't happen? Maybe you've been waiting, hoping, even crying out, and it feels like silence? Let me tell you a story. It's found in the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 1. It's about a woman named Hannah. Hannah was married to a man named Elkanah. He loved her deeply, but there was one heartbreaking problem. Hannah couldn't have children. In her culture, that was seen as a mark of shame. To make matters worse, Elkanah had another wife who could have children, and she often mocked Hannah, rubbing salt in her wounds. Every year, the family traveled to the temple to worship God. And every year, Hannah would weep and pray, pouring her soul out. She felt forgotten, overlooked, and broken. One day, Hannah went to the temple with a heavy heart. She was so desperate that she cried silently, her lips moving but no sound coming out. The priest, Eli, actually thought she was drunk, but Hannah explained, "I'm not drunk. I'm praying out of deep sorrow and anguish." In that moment, she made a vow to God. "Lord, if you give me a son, I will dedicate him to you all the days of his life." Eli looked at her and said, "Go in peace, and may the God of Israel grant you what you've asked of him." Something shifted in Hannah that day. She left the temple no longer crushed by sadness, but with hope. And in time, God answered. Hannah gave birth to a son and named him Samuel, which means, because I asked the Lord for him. True to her word, when Samuel was old enough, Hannah brought him back to the temple. She kept her promise and dedicated him fully to God. And Samuel grew up to become one of the greatest prophets in Israel's history. What's the lesson here? Hannah's story teaches us about persistence in prayer, trusting God with our deepest desires, and keeping our promises to Him. Even in heartbreak, she clung to faith, and God turned her sorrow into joy. Maybe you're waiting for your own answered prayer. Perhaps you feel overlooked like Hannah. Friend, God sees your tears. He hears your prayers, even the ones too painful to put into words. Let me pray with you. Lord, just as you remembered Hannah, I pray you remember this listener. Bring comfort in waiting, strength in the struggle, and faith to keep believing. And when the answer comes, may it bring glory to you. Amen. Hannah's story can be found in 1 Samuel, chapter 1. So let me ask you, what are you praying and waiting for today? See you in the comments.